uptick in positive cases, leading to no spectators for Olympic events. The International Olympic Committee has a plan to help cheer the athletes on.
And how do we do that? By bringing the world into the stadiums, fans, videos, pictures, messages, to make sure we have the energy of the world coming into the venues.
Many here, understandably anxious about tens of thousands of athletes, staff, and media coming to Japan.
Many Japanese are very much fearful of the infection, an increase of infection currently, particularly in Tokyo and surrounding area. Infection has been increasing.
This in a country where only a fifth of the population has been fully vaccinated.
There are 3 to 4 pretty good pharmaceutical companies which capable of developing vaccine. The government hasn't been helping them at all.
The Tokyo 2020 Olympic Committee and the IOC believe strict health protocols will ensure the games are safe.
Once you arrive, you're being tested, and then, of course, very rigorous behavior for all of us. This is how you ensure safe operation for everyone.
In addition to testing, mandatory masks, temperature checks, and social distancing. And for the first 14 days, movements limited to accommodations, venues, and practice facilities. All of those preparations come to fruition tonight, when the athletes of the world, at long last, march into Olympic Stadium for the opening ceremony.
They will show what humankind can do even during a pandemic, and what hope these Olympic Games can give to everybody to finally see the light of the end of the tunnel.
Health protocols and rigorous testing have led to just over 100 positive tests for people who are connected to the games. As of Friday evening here, 11 athletes have tested positive, including 2 Americans. With tens of thousands of tests, and the rate of positivity is lower than 0.1%. That's proof organizers say the system here is working, Mike.
And Lester, we've all been reporting on some polling around this country. Many folks did not want the games to go on, but this is the scene at the Japanese Olympic Museum, right outside the stadium tonight. Folks wanting to get their picture near the stadium for the opening ceremony. Maybe not a scientific poll, but proof that the folks in Japan are ready for these games.
This summer, the excitement is really building. The world meets again, and each morning we share powerful stories.
I'm not sure who was crying more, you or that group.
At the Tokyo Olympics, today is where the games begin.
Scott and I basically grew up at Dick's Auto Group.
We started very young.
Dad worked us pretty hard.
Some more than others.
I was more detail.
And I was definitely retail.
We just cultivated different skills.
We had a friendly competition. Mostly friendly.
We don't compete anymore. We're a team. And now I can't imagine a better partnership.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Shannon.
And we are Dick's Auto Group.
The LPGA returns to the Pacific Northwest. The Cambia Portland Classic continues to celebrate the power of women in golf. The best players from all corners of the world gather in Portland. Witness legends, future stars, who will rise and claim the prize. See it live, witness history at the Cambia Portland Classic.
When I heard about that vaccine, I was very hesitant. I didn't trust anything. I didn't trust anybody. There was a lot of hesitation in the community. The effects from coming from it and getting sick from it, for me, it was like, I can't miss work because I have to pay my bills. And if something happens to me, what's going to happen to my family? And I was just like, no, you know what? I'm okay. So it shifted for me after my older sister, my little brother got their second dose. Different days and different times we all sat down and talked about it, and they finally convinced me to do it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it because I love you guys and I want to be safe with you guys. After getting my second shot, it was a sign of, for me, it was relief. I was like, finally, I can go out. Finally, I can go see the people that I love. And I don't have to worry about getting anybody at home sick. I think it's important for any community to get the vaccine because let's keep moving forward so we can live normal lives again. Where's the eye?
chocolate covered
Snoop,
almonds.
what up, champ? Yo, Kev, what up?
Fix
I already know
everything,
what you
right?
were telling me. Kevin, I want you to be my co-host because I just fired Mark. That ain't what I called for. No, you. NBC. They want us to host the Olympics, huh? What do you mean they want us to host the Olympics? Me and you. Well, I don't have time to train for that. How am I supposed to do that? Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Maybe we should probably get some prep in, man. I don't need no prep. I'm Snoop Dogg. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to ride with you. This is going to be good. They picked the right guy. Yeah. Love you, boy. All right, man. He ain't ready. I'm about to have this all by myself. I said I love you. I heard what you said.
Can't wait. Olympic highlights like they've never been seen. Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg, their show on Peacock, just one highlight of our unprecedented coverage on the networks of NBC between now and the closing ceremony. The Olympics are always on. The athletes of Team USA assembling for the opening ceremony tonight. For more, let's go to Michelle Tafoya.
Well, Mike, it is a high honor for an Olympic athlete to be named the team's flag bearer and lead their delegation into the opening ceremony. And tonight, that distinction belongs to two people, legendary basketball player Sue Bird and baseball team member Eddie Alvarez. Bird is a four-time Olympic gold medalist and four-time WNBA champion. Earlier this week, it was fellow UConn Husky Diana Taurasi who delivered the news to her 40-year-old teammate. Bird, who is playing in her fifth Olympic Games, was voted by the American delegation to carry the flag. Meanwhile, Alvarez is becoming the 11th American in history to compete in both the Winter and Summer Games. He won a silver medal in short track speed skating in 2014, then resumed his baseball career, reaching the majors with the Marlins last year. His teammates were emotional that Alvarez, the son of Cuban immigrants, will be representing the American dream, and that the game of baseball, which is making its return to the Olympic Games, is represented as well. And back home, both the Bird and Alvarez families will be watching with great pride and joy as their athletes lead Team USA into the Olympic Stadium just a little later on from now. Savannah?
Michelle, thank you. And I'm glad you mentioned that Sue and Eddie's families are watching proudly back home. Sue's mom, Nancy, watching from her home in Long Island, watching with her boyfriend, Harry. She actually turned around from vacation to get back home so she could be here for this watch party and take a look at this. Eddie's family, his parents, his wife, Gabby, joined by a huge group at his brother's gym in Miami. That looks like a good time.
Wish we were there.
Yeah. Well, from New York to Miami and far beyond, Team USA represents so much of our country. And when we were looking for somebody to break down the numbers on the team, we had a pretty good idea of where to go. The wizard of the big board on election night, now at his very first Olympics, Steve Kornacki. Did you pack the big board for Tokyo?
All right, can you believe it, Savannah? The thing fit on the plane. And let's put this big board to use here and break down Team USA by the numbers. And we're going to start with a big number here, 613. There are 613 athletes who make up Team USA at these Summer Games. And check this out, a majority of them, this works out to 54% of Team USA, a majority are women. It's the most women ever to represent any country at any Olympic Games in history. Another big number for you here is 16 military service members part of Team USA. That includes Army Reserve First Lieutenant Sam Kendricks. He's a good soldier. He's a pretty good athlete, too. Two-time reigning world champ in the pole vault. And as a pole vaulter, that means that Kendricks is one of more than 128 track and field athletes who are part of the team. You see the other sports that are well represented. By the way, a few more basketball players than usual this year. They've added an event in basketball, 3-on-3. They're calling it 3x3. The U.S. women qualified there. Let's take a look here at a big map of the country, and the key number to keep in mind as I show you this is 46, as in 46 states plus the District of Columbia have at least one athlete who's part of Team USA. What state produced the most? This one shouldn't be a big mystery. It's the Golden State, the biggest one of them all, California. You see the other heavy hitters here as well. What about colleges? A lot of these athletes played at the college level, play at the college level now. Which one produced the most athletes for this team? It's the Cardinal out of Palo Alto, Stanford University with 32. But that's a Pac-12 school. That's the big time. What about the small schools that get a chance at the Olympic limelight? A school like Livingstone College, enrollment 1,200, home of the Blue Bears in Salisbury, North Carolina, and also home of Quanera Hayes. She qualified for the U.S. track team in the 400, or you can go down to Atlanta, where little Emory University is the Emory Eagles. Andrew Wilson becoming the first ever Division III swimmer to make the U.S. Olympic team. And one more number to throw at you, age. They say age is just a number, and you know who's proving that? Philip Dutton at 57 years old. He is the oldest athlete on Team USA. He got a bronze in equestrian 5 years ago. He's going for the gold this time. At the other end, Katie Grimes, 15 years old in swimming, the youngest athlete on Team USA. Although Mike and Savannah, not the youngest athlete at these Olympics. That honor goes to a Syrian table tennis player who is, I kid you not, 12 years old.
Well, I kid you not. The Olympics were made for Steve Kornacki.
I was just going to say, we might lose him to the Olympics forever.
We're all about that. When we come back and look at one of the most popular teams here in Tokyo, Team USA's women's gymnastics squad.
I'm in demand. I'm in command. I got the whole
They said that party, Savannah said that watch party.
That dream is real. Team USA women's gymnastics, the most dominant in the world.
Savannah said that watch party looked like fun in Florida. No, it looked like they should have been wearing masks inside that gym. I tried to watch this at 4:30 in the morning, but I couldn't stay awake, or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, that song is going to make my roost fries famous.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now all I need is for you to wear this.
I'm not putting that on.
My new roost fries. Only a Jack in the Box.
Whoa, we have a credit card? So grown up.
Not grown up enough to know that $37 is way too much to spend on eggs and toast.
What's like the limit on this thing? Can we buy a motorcycle?
We did buy a motorcycle.
And a new hip.
So we just give people this card and then they give you food? Why?
Where'd the card go?
I'm a motorcycle.
Throughout your entire life, you've been in your own head about money. We're here to help. KeyBank Open Stores.
Scott and I basically grew up at Dixauto Group.
We started very young.
Dad worked us pretty hard.
Some more than others.
I was more detail.
And I was definitely retail.
We just cultivated different skills.
We had a friendly competition. Mostly friendly.
We don't compete anymore. We're a team. And now I can't imagine a better partnership.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Shannon.
And we are Dixauto.
When I very first heard about the vaccine, I was like, hell no. I've been type 1 diabetic since I was 9 years old. So when it comes to taking certain medicines and vaccines, I'm very, very, very angsty about it. My mom's a doctor of research. It was very comforting to have somebody that, knows about your pre-existing condition, being able to tell you that it is okay to take this vaccine.
Used vehicles are in short supply, and yours is worth more than ever. Get more for your car at Toyota Portland. On the phone or in person, we'll give you a value, handle your payoff, DMV paperwork, and pay you fast with a check. Zero stress, zero waiting, and zero reasons not to call.
My voice is my power.
So many questions.
Our stories woven together. From Portland to Tokyo, what we share.
People from Japan come here.
The business and trade that makes Oregon stronger. Join us live from Portland Japanese Garden every morning during the Olympics.
Moments away from the start of the opening ceremony, the game's 32nd Olympiad. Well, training has already begun, including Thursday gymnastics. Simone Biles, check this out, it's already gone viral, working on a vault routine that's never been done at an international competition. The Yurchenko double pike pulls it off at the Olympics. It will be yet another incredible feat named after Simone Biles. How high will she fly? We'll find out this weekend, her much anticipated Tokyo debut. Speaking of debuts, we're thrilled to welcome a new member to our NBC Sports and Olympic family, Maria Taylor. Maria, welcome to Tokyo and the team.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's an honor to be a part of this team and the Olympic legacy. And speaking of teams with incredible legacies, U.S. women's gymnastics has won back-to-back gold medals, and they're the favorite once again here in Tokyo. So let's meet the 4 gymnasts aiming for an Olympic three-peat in the team competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce
Okay, ready? I was born for this.
In truth, she needs no introduction.
The most stunning athlete I've ever seen.
You already know the GOAT. Go ahead, Simone. Take a bow.
It's crazy. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would have a skill named after me in gymnastics. And now I have 4.
That's history, folks.
Absolutely spectacular.
A star so bright, she's willing to share the shine with a trio of newcomers looking to continue an American dynasty.
Y'all get ready.
I don't think it's really set in yet that I'll be at the Olympics representing the U.S. I mean, it's kind of surreal to me.
Introduced to you.
That's Grace. It all started when her parents couldn't keep her from climbing their furniture. Now her stage is just a little bigger than that living room. And we're going to tell you all about Sumi and her father and the community she represents. But for now, just know she's as steady as they come and poised for multiple medals here in Tokyo.
When someone does say that I'm not capable of doing something, I want to prove them wrong.
Jordan, named after, that one. Nearly quit gymnastics 3 years ago, but then started training with the GOAT, and Biles and Childs was born.
We're more of sisters than we are teammates. All the hype and all the energy that we get from each other, cheering each other on.
She's a rock star.
Just incredible.